That's just something I posted. Uh-huh.
Yeah, so I ain't paid.
Hmm? Who phone that is?
Sound like you taking a good one then. Sound like you just took your good one.
They come
That bitch sound clear.
Mic check. Mic check. Yo.
Oh, you want to do it like that?
Man, I don't know what's going on with that cord, man. Oh, I heard that. Mic check. Mic check. Coming through. It ain't coming through yet.
I'm clicking back on it.
It's coming through.
That what it is? That what you want to hear?
You want to hear something? Cause we live, motherfucker. Yeah. Anyway, since we live and raw, this is probably the rawest podcast in the world. Where mishaps happen, goofy stuff going on, equipment don't be working, cutting a fool. I'm your host. I got some distinguished gentlemen in the house with me tonight. We finna sit over here and talk some of this fathers versus baby daddy stuff. You know, we're gonna try to specify which one is which. Hopefully we can encourage some younger men who's out there already fathers or finna become a father. We can try to give you some perspective on what that is. And these guys, I picked these guys because I watch them with their kids all the time. So, you know, I wanted to make sure I bring them in here because it seemed like a subject that they feel strong about, and it should create a good back and forth. We're gonna have a good one. Y'all come on in. My guest, Brody Reloaded,
Yes, sir.
Carthon, E Jizzle, Super, Trayvon. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to need some room. Come on with it, bro. Come on with it, bro. But I don't want to need some room.
That's how raw it be. Interrupt.
Hey, bro. Trey, what you doing? Oh, Dr. Brown shit thick right now, boy. Yeah, I don't do Chuck.
What one?
Those of y'all who don't understand what's going on, calling my phone. Can you let these guys be great for an hour or so? Shit. Anyway, good gracious. I'm having trouble out of my mic and my cord. It's just doing what it want to do. It's alright. Give me some, my boy.
What's
Good
up,
to see
man?
you.
What's up, man?
Sir.
Good to see you too, man.
Air bump, my boy.
Don't take the
Y'all
mic.
nervous?
No.
Alright. I was a little bit, but now that we rolling, let's get it popping. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all, man. Let me just keep it 100. I've been chilling up here for about 20 minutes. I was outside, you know, doing what I do.
Yeah.
So this is a little different. This is a little different. Y'all bear with me. We're gonna get it right. Yeah. So first of all, let me say this, guys. I think y'all already know this, but I'm gonna say this to the people who watching. This is definitely not an attempt to attack our baby mamas in no form or fashion. We're not finna try to throw them under a bus no kind of way. Some of the mamas out there probably could be pushed under a bus once in a while, but that ain't what this episode is about. We're gonna uplift the fathers. We're gonna give the mothers a break because, granted, black fathers have done a better job trying to repair the image of the black father in the community, but we still behind. We are, so we just gonna leave the mamas alone today. With that being said, this show is definitely about the difference between a baby daddy and a father. Now, this is no knock to a baby daddy. You know what I'm saying? Because a baby daddy is still better than no daddy. You see what I'm saying? You still got some kids who just don't have dad at all, whether it's missing from deceased or jail or just absent. So, we say no knock, but we're definitely going to determine which is the difference because we want everybody to be fathers. And I think y'all are fathers, even though you might be portraying the baby daddy role in this atmosphere, but I think y'all think of yourselves as fathers. So let's jump right in. Hope my mic working. If not, whoop-de-doo. So I'm gonna just open the door up. I'm gonna kind of let y'all spin the mic and exploit your opinion about the subject. So whoever want to go first,
Take off, Carthon.
what you think your opinion on the difference is between a father and a baby daddy?
Well, statistics say. Nah, seriously though, like the father and baby daddy word get thrown around too loosely. Cause like, if you and the mother of your child break up, oh boom, you automatically label the baby daddy. But you peep, I didn't say my baby mama, I said mother of my child.
Right.
I just feel like you become a baby daddy when you pick and choose when you want to take care of your child, or the way you take care of your child is determined with how you feel about the mama at the time.
Yeah.
That's a baby daddy.
Yeah.
Just because we broke up don't mean I'm your baby daddy. Now call me the father of your child.
Right.
I got my child, you
Right.
know what I'm doing. I'm taking care of him without you asking me to. If I just got to argue with you, I'm still finna pick him up and hug him, you feel me? So like,
He ain't got nothing to do with it.
the baby daddy turn just get threw out there just because you and the mother ain't together, and
Right.
that's just wrong. So
Right.
like,
But that happens so often, you know what I mean? It's broken home, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It happens so often, so I get what you're saying. Anybody else?
I mean, about like the same what he just said.
He pretty much did.
Yeah, he just pretty much just said it all, and he right though. They right though.
Right. Trizzle?
Yeah.
I feel like if you don't go with the mama or y'all ain't together, like they automatically gonna say, you the baby dad, like, you can be the father of your child. You can be a part of, you know what I'm saying, you can be a part of the child's life.
Oh, you can't see him? Oh, I feel it.
You can't fix no one.
Oh yeah, you can come.
But yeah, like I say, if you don't be with the mother, like they gonna say like you the baby dad regard. Like the only thing you can be is the father of your child. Like be in your child's life. Your child gonna understand who you is. Like to them, like ain't nobody gonna be able to stand between. Like your mama, she can go with anybody she wanna go with. Like she can be who she wanna be with. I'm still gonna be there for my child. Like my child gonna know who I am and what I sacrifice, what I do for you. You know what I'm saying? Like. And I got a plan on, like, you know what I mean? And like,
how many you got?
I feel like, nah, I ain't gonna say that. I feel like, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people see me, like, if they see my social media, they friend me or something like that. They see me couple my children, like, all the time. Like, I might not have every last one on all the time, but you see them with me. Like, I got
They're kind of hard to do
you know
anyway.
what I mean? Like,
How
I'm
many
only
you got?
one person, you know what I mean? Like, I'm only one person now. Like,
Does it have
it is what it is. Like, you know what I mean?
They were trying to figure that out though. How many you got?
I ain't gonna say that. I do have 6 kids. And I love all
That's a
of them.
blessing, man.
I love
It
all
is.
of them.
I love them all.
You leaving a generation behind, you know what I mean?
I go without, you know what I'm saying, to make sure, like, whatever need to be done, it gonna get done. Like it might not be what they want all the time, but whatever they need, like it's taken care of.
Can't call that no dead.
Yeah,
See,
can't be.
Me personally, I ain't never been the type that cared about who the mother of my child talk to, you know what I mean, or go with. That ain't never stopped me from handling my business with my child. Either one of them, you feel me? Like whatever they do, they gotta have their personal life, you feel me? I don't expect them to be stuck on me after we call it quits, you feel me? Like whatever you do, that's on you. Just respect my child, you feel me? Like long as whoever the person is ain't doing no disrespect toward my child, like it's out of the question with me. Long as they good to my child, whatever she got going on, that's on her. And we ain't no bad blood, no nothing, you know what I mean? We co-parent. Every one on, you feel me? Like I ain't the type to try to go back and forth with my baby mama. You know, it always arguments about this, about that. But see, on the type, I done got so used to it. Like,
Look over.
yeah, it just,
Look over.
you'll be all right tomorrow, you know what I mean? But I ain't never been the type to just,
Oh, nah.
nah, I ain't gonna neglect my child for nothing, you feel me?
Right.
That
I
me.
dig it. I dig it.
I get mad. I'm just say okay anyway.
Like, I really
you just don't even want
being a
sometimes.
father of a child, though, like, you know, just to sacrifice the time you put in, like, to make it happen. Like, the kid, they need everything, man. Like, whatever you do to them, man, like, they remember that, man. You know what I'm saying? I remember things happened when I was young. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know my dad, you know what I'm saying? He used to tell me all the time, boy, I ain't got it, boy. But then when the time something big to happen, boy, I need it, boy. It came through, you know what I mean? So, you know, I just learned from mine. Like, you know what I'm saying? I learned from people that were around me. Like, a lot of people I grew up around, boy. Like, and I don't know how some of y'all kids, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was a child when I started, you know what I'm saying, being a father. Like, I was a kid. Like, I was like 17 years old, you know what I mean? Like, my son finna come out now, this year. He coming out this year, you know what I mean? Like,
Coming out of
thank
high school?
God, coming out of high school.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like,
You said
I
coming
feel
out, they
yeah.
go-
Oh, no, we ain't,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah,
All mine straight, you know what I mean? Like I got 4 boys, 2 girls, you know what I mean? Like, and you know what I'm saying? Like, I love them. They love me. They call me all the time. Like, I made sure, you know what I'm saying? Like, they have a device that they can contact me. Like,
Facts.
even though me and the moms ain't together, you know, like, you know, my kids call me. They got iPad, iPhones, you know what I'm saying? Like, FaceTime, you know. That don't I have to say, like, and all my baby mamas, we respect each other, you know what I'm saying? We cool, you know what I'm saying? Ain't no problem, with nothing.
No bad.
You know what I mean? Like, so, like, I really just made sure that I was on him to make sure, like, tell some people, like, you know, you don't gotta be people, like, to make it happen for your child. Like, just do what you need to do, man.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Your child, like, he ain't do nothing wrong. You know what I mean? Or she didn't do nothing wrong. Like, y'all made them together. You know what I mean? Just the co-parenting what really helps
That's
a
the
lot.
number one
Like,
thing, man.
if one person doing more than the other, man, like, the child know that. You know what I mean? But at the same time, they're gonna love both of y'all the same way.
Right.
You know what I mean? The same way. But if you mad at somebody, man, you gotta be mad at yourself sometimes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes you be mad at yourself sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, it ain't no problem with how each other feel. Like, if you feel like, you know, oh, he did me wrong, or you know what I'm saying, she did me wrong, well, that what happened in life. You know, a lot of people ain't together. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's rare that people stay together from when a child born. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't go and get married before you have one, mostly, like, this day and age, you know what I mean? Like, I know back in the day, like, my grandmas and granddads, you know what I'm saying, they stayed together 50 and 40 years, you know what I'm saying? But, like, how it is now, man, you know, 7, 8 years, boy, they almost about it, mostly, you know what I mean? So,
that's relationship.
yeah.
Like, that's a topic for another day. We can
I
definitely
know
dive into that type of
also.
stuff. No, seriously though, but let me try to see if I can assess what I think the difference is. And that's why I say it's no knock to a baby daddy, because there's a lot of baby daddies who don't know that that's what they are.
Yeah.
And they think they fathers, and it's probably because they didn't get showed themselves. A lot of times that's how that works.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But let me try to, specify, clarify the difference for those who might be confused. You think you're a father, but you just a baby daddy. Baby daddy is going to do the bare minimum of what's asked. That's what the baby daddy is to me. And I'm not saying he ain't gonna do nothing. He's just gonna do the bare minimum of what he's asked to do. Whereas a father is gonna do a whole lot of stuff he don't want to do. And he just gonna do it anyway, cause he know it's what benefits the children. And a lot of times, if that's doing something for the mama, that's too. Cause a lot of times we might not want to do nothing for the mama. We ain't stunning. We don't like her right now. Like, I don't want to do nothing for you. But it might benefit the children. So a father still gonna do it, even though he don't want to. A father gonna make sacrifices for his kids that he want to make for his friends. Or if he was making sacrifices for his friends, he's not making them sacrifices for them no more. He's now doing it for the kids. That's what a father is to me. That's the difference. That's why I'm not trying to knock baby daddies. I just know that there's a difference. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, child support isn't being a father.
Right.
If you're on child support, it's because the court having to force you to do something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of cats that's on child support ain't got no business being on there now. There's some cats on there ain't got no business being on child support. But, you know, a lot of cats be like, oh, you gonna put me on child support? Well, that's all you gonna get.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you gonna get in that baby daddy category then. You see what I'm saying? That's what I think the difference is. So, with going through all that, like, your first time, was you nervous, scared,
Having a job?
shook?
Like having a job?
Yeah, getting ready to be a father.
Well, see, I ain't gonna say I was nervous, but I was in a situation where they were like, my mama was going to prison during the time that I was having a child. I had my child, my first child, when I graduated. So it was like she was going to prison around that time of me graduating and me finding out that I'm having a child. So it was like, it made me sit down and think, like, what I'm going to do. Like, what I'm finna do now. Like, how I'm finna do this. Like, your mama, what you gonna do? Your daddy with you, but your mama, though, that's a different feeling when you ain't got your mama right there beside you when you having your first child. So it was like, I wasn't nervous. I was more of a thinking. My next step, being the only child that my mama got, coming anywhere with a child.
How old were you? He said he was 17.
I was 19. Well, I ain't gonna say 19. I had him in 2010. So yeah, I probably just had turned 19. Fresh out of high school. My first child.
Your first time?
I think I was 20.
You scared?
Nah, see, I know what I was doing at her. I ain't gonna even lie to you. Like, well, I know I was trying to make a baby. I was laying in it. So,
you wanted to be a daddy?
Yeah, I wanted to be a daddy.
You trying to stick somebody?
Nah, I said I was sticking already, but I know I wanted to make one.
Nah, I mean, stick somebody like
and then
this.
Yeah. Nah, I wasn't trying to stick her though. Like, just make it. You know what I mean? I loved her, but
it was just that. I'm gonna tell you now.
I wasn't nervous.
No, I say he wasn't nervous, but when Eli came in the world, he would rhyme me.
I would grow though. When he kid, when he had here, that's all I was doing.
He had already got a little step.
Oh, I love kids. That's all I've been doing. You know what I mean? I love kids. Kids love me. For real. Like, I get a lot of respect from kids still to this day. That I know when they were little. But I wasn't nervous all the way up until the night. Like, I was finna have my little girl. Like, actually in the room.
Oh, you watched it?
Yeah, I watched it. I done watched every one of them. But like,
I watched it.
yeah, I watched it. I'm talking about, wow.
That's the only part that made me nervous.
That was never on
Only
my
the blood. The blood what got to me.
That was never on my bucket list to watch them come in.
I watched it.
Never.
Cut the
Watch
cord.
them go in. I ain't watching them come in.
I ain't gonna lie. I know for a fact. I was nervous. I was 26 when I had my child. I already knew. When you got with him, I'm like, oh yeah.
Good time.
You know, you gotta go do it. She got good out as she meant. Come on, man. You know I was finna go out for everybody that know me knew I was finna do it. Like, Like,
You
I
was
knew.
trying to stick.
Oh yeah,
He knew what time it was.
I had time down and everything. Like right after, it was the day after Valentine's Day. Oh yeah, no summer for her. Birthday in the summer.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we were good.
Yeah.
My mind was made up. The only thing that scared me was like the mid-house is you got to choose the baby or her. That's the only thing that was on my mind. Like, is she gonna keep like, you know, is something gonna happen? Like, is she gonna accidentally fall one day?
I
You
ain't
know,
never
that's the
thought
only
about
thing-
that.
That's the only thing that I was scared of. Like, what is he gonna get here or not? That's it. Other than that, man, I was on a vengeance the whole time. Every trip I'm in there.
Trizzle.
You-
17.
Yeah, boy. I was in school, boy. Working at McDonald's, boy. Boy.
Yeah, he saying it ain't.
Hey, what you did
Yeah,
at
boy.
I playing basketball, boy.
What you did at McDonald's?
Real
It was
with
raw. It was raw. It was raw. You know what I
17,
mean?
you
Like, I was
junior,
17.
senior.
Junior.
Okay.
Junior. Yeah, so in my 12th grade, like, you know, I just be in the stand, you know, playing basketball, looking up that stand, my little boy getting passed around. Like, oh, he's so cute.
shooting three. You ain't hit a three when you find out
You know
that.
what I mean? Like, but I loved it. Like, I was ready. Off the muscle. Like, I was there, but I ain't going in that room, boy. I was scared, boy. Like, yeah, it real, though. It real. 17, man. 17.
High school basketball player, man.
Yeah. Yeah, shit was real.
They were making a movie about
I'm
that.
sorry, bro. I need to be cussed because my dad, bro. Like,
Then he still cut. Then he still cut.
It's all right. It's all right, man. We opening up. Hey, no. It's all right. We opening up because it's a lot of kids that could be going through that. You know what I'm saying? Like, they really could be going through that.
It's a lot on me.
And they probably scared. And a lot of times they need to see somebody that they look up to or they cool with going through the same thing. And like, if he came out all right, then maybe I could too. That's what this is about. You know what I'm saying? This ain't about being ashamed. Like, we opening up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, the honesty is real. Like, you know, I didn't even expect either one of you two answers. I kind of felt like y'all going. I didn't know y'all gonna say what y'all gonna say, but that's what this is about. That's what it's about. So with that being said, what men or father figures inspired you to want to be a father one day, or at least kind of gave you the stepping stool? You know what I mean?
You know, we got to say
that
that.
from.
D-Lock in the
D-Lock in the
D-Lock in the house. Daryl Lockhart.
But y'all crazy. Y'all showing out.
But I mean, like on the real though, like everybody, like their whole group, like I said outside, we had our father and we done been raised around the same group of people. Like everybody had to deal with Block. Everybody done had to deal with Mr. Caldwell. Everybody done deal with Coach Lock.
Yeah.
You know? So I mean like Coach Rain. I can name you, Mike. Like, we all done had to deal with the same people. Like, when we growing up, Cortez and Maurice in here. So, you know, we got that respect for them on the court. Even if we big enough to play them now, we still give them that certain amount of respect. You feel me? So, it like, all that came up around the same people. So, you know, we done seen y'all with y'all kids.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, I stayed with my daddy, so it'd be crazy for me not to take care of my child the way this man took care of me, and it was just me and him at the house.
Right.
I stayed with mine too, boy.
So you feel me?
I did. So I knew what I needed to do. You feel me?
I didn't even.
I know what I was missing out on.
No, I ain't stay with my dad. Stay with my mom.
Oh. So
I knew how to.
you stay with your daddy.
He stayed with his dad. So he knew how I feel
Yeah.
to do that. See, I ain't stay with one. We ain't stay with
I got a brief time to stay with my dad. It wasn't a long time, but he was around when he could be.
Yeah.
I ain't understand it a lot back then, but as I got older and became one myself, I started to see what was happening, and I understood. But when he did show up, he showed up like 100% in full. You know what I mean? So I got to see that.
Mine
I got
too.
to see that. And a lot of the guys I grew up around in Locktown, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just a thing down there, It ain't even nothing to talk about. It wasn't even the subject. We didn't even know that it was an issue in neighborhoods because it was, you know what I'm saying? Everybody was everybody dad.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You get a whooping here and what? It didn't matter where you was at. And you get another whooping for having to get a whooping. You know what I'm saying? So
we done went through that too. Boy.
yeah. All right. Would you date a woman with kids already?
Yeah.
Could you help her with her kids even though they not yours?
Sometimes you got to.
Yeah, if you gonna take that role of being that man, you feel me?
And then, like you said, sacrifice. Sometimes you gotta take them sacrifices and handle that.
Make sure they might work.
I just don't think.
Because I don't know if it is or it ain't. Like, we just winging it right
But
now.
I know even the mother of my child date, they ain't got to worry about helping her with him. I got that. But like, if it's a situation where a kid, dad ain't there, I'm talking to his mama. So yeah, like I take care of him. I help. I ain't gonna say I'm just straight take care, but I help. But like if her child around the same age as mine, you know, like if I take my child over here, I ask her, hey, you want me to take your child on the road? Cause I'm sure they not getting that same type of love that I'm giving my son from the father. So, you know, if I'm talking to the mom, you know, yeah, I volunteer to do the stuff, you know, but if it become a habit and I ain't even moved in or she ain't moved in with me, then, you know, I'm telling you, you know, you got to hold out because I got a child of my own. But out of respect, I still try to do it, though, because I'm around that child. But I don't think it should be a forced upon thing. Like,
has anyone did that before? Has anyone dated somebody with kids already and kind of stepped in?
Yeah, I done did that.
Yeah.
I was doing that young. For real, for real. I was doing that young.
You was doing it young.
Yeah, that's why a lot of kids still, man, a lot of kids don't be, man. I'm telling you. A lot of kids don't be.
backdoor edition.
But see, I was just, that always been me, cool with the kid, man. I always been cool with the kid.
It ain't his fault. Like, if you don't want to be there for your child, come on, man. Jody.
We're gonna definitely segue into that part.
Tell you, Marvin got in there good, boy.
Melvin in the kitchen,
Boy,
man.
what,
Who
man?
is Melvin?
Off of Jody, off of
Jody?
baby boy.
Jody?
Oh, okay.
He'll call you mother, nigga.
Call your mama.
Hold on, E. I don't know if we working E.
Try to keep your hands off y'all to respect your mom.
Moms. You child.
All right, how many is too many?
How many kids?
3?
Yeah,
3?
3 is too many.
Yeah.
Hold on, E.
It really how many you can take.
No, you know
But
what?
see me, I felt like at 3, that was too many for me, cause I can't hell.
3 is too many.
I can't hell.
You meet a chick, and she got 3. It's on. That's too many. Why is 3 too many?
You know what? I'm a back off of that a little bit.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay out there. So.
Cause I'm getting older. No, I'm finna speak on it. I'm getting older, so you know I got to be more patient with a lot of things. 3 kids ain't too many, but 3 baby daddies, that's too many. Cause one of them gonna try it. I'm telling you, one of them gonna still be at the door.
So that's the difference.
Yeah.
3 kids ain't the problem.
No.
It's if they wind up having 3 separate fathers.
3 7 5.
That is a lot to deal with, man.
Yeah,
Got 3
That's a
days.
lot to deal with.
you got to go.
But then you gotta look at it like my situation. See, I got 3 baby mama. See, the female probably look at it the same way though. You feel me?
What you mean?
Like,
I want to deal with him, but he got 3 different baby mamas. You know how these folk be? They say out about the baby mama
Okay, okay.
situation. You feel me? Like,
Okay.
If you know the background on the baby daddy, you probably straight up. Like they know your baby mamas ain't rah.
Yeah.
You feel me? So you ain't really too much got to worry about it. Now if you got to deal with 3 tender niggas, now come on.
yeah, now that's different.
that's a problem. No,
Somebody going to
yeah,
get
somebody
through
gonna
there.
try something. Though.
Somebody getting outlifted in that situation because you know what going
Somebody
on.
gonna wanna
You know
handle
Shawty
it.
got the drop anyway.
Yeah,
She got
yeah.
3 kids and 3 baby daddies.
Yeah.
You know she got the drop.
Yeah.
So you know somebody sitting around waiting on you to pop out.
Just waiting on
Soon as she
you.
put you on the book, well, hey, you got somebody in here, but boy, you know what's up.
But when I see you, boy, yeah.
I mean, while we talking about that, let's try to still protect that woman that we talking about, because we not trying to make it seem like she bad for having 3 different baby dads. That ain't what we doing.
No.
Alright, that ain't what we doing.
Yeah, you ain't bad by that.
You ain't
She
bad
bad
by
for who
that.
she chose, though.
Now, that may be, but sometimes we just be trying to be understanding that you still that you got 3 baby daddies and we just gonna like you anyway. We don't want that smoke with him though. Not that we won't give him none, cause we will. We just what the point? Cause now you starting to show the children how to act. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah.
They turn them against you. Try to, you know what I mean? They feed them the negative
They
energy.
do louder than me.
Yeah.
And I'm on the mic.
My voice just deep, probably.
You got it.
Throat strong.
You know.
Big monkey.
Man, he was crazy.
Alright then. That just said you segue right on into that thing, dealing with the other baby daddy. Let me ask this question. Since EJ louder than me, let me get on the mic. Why do you think daddies who don't do nothing for their kids get mad with the baby mama when another man try to do something for the kids?
Tender. They just tender.
Yeah,
all the
wrap
way
it up,
around. They just tender. Just tender. You tighten up.
No. Tender would be referring to how he feel about her and obviously the box.
It's a
They don't
situation
have
in the
nothing to do with
mix.
the kids. Like you can be mad with her for not. You can be tender with her, but still be good to your kids.
You're right. Though.
They just
There's
ain't-
a lot of people out there don't like that though. They will be
If a
toward.
dude get mad about that, he just ain't on nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
He
just
ain't on nothing.
He really just mad
But-
because you doing good.
Yeah, that
She
just
doing
that petty.
good. She did better. They just mad because
Well,
she
let
did
me
better or whatever.
Trizzy, you got anything you want to say before I?
Well, I feel like
Yeah,
if,
slide that
if
over.
you're doing something for my child, like I'm happy.
Me too.
I'm glad you're happy.
You got six.
ain't mad
So
at
you
It
can-
lists.
yeah, you got
It
six.
lists. I
man,
gotta
it's-
do. But see,
need a
I
break.
feel like this too, though. Like earlier when you saying like the bare minimum, like sometimes the bare minimum is what you can do. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if you can do more, do more. You know, and that what I always thought about. Like I always thought about just keep pushing, make sure. That's what I gotta do. I'm gonna make sure it's done. Like so I tried my best not to just do the bare minimum, but hey. If it need to be done, boy, that's what it gonna be for the time being. And I feel like they don't make you no baby daddy then, like, cause I feel like you always gonna be a baby daddy if you're not with the mama. Like they gonna always, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, that my baby daddy. He called. You know what I'm saying? Like some people might
That's why we
portray
ain't knock 'em now.
that you something else. You know what I'm saying? See, but only thing you can do is like be a father to your child. Like your child gonna know who you is, man.
That's what I was just
Yeah.
gonna say to
know
those
you
to your daddies out there who hold on now. Get right. Anyway, to the daddies out there, baby daddies out there who getting upset with the other men who doing something for your kids. Yeah, all you gotta do is do more for your kids, then the next man won't have to. Cause like y'all said, I take doggone care of my kids. But if some other dude come and do something for them, I don't care. That don't bother me because I done already did my job. That's just extra. You see what I'm saying? So for you guys out there getting upset, and I'm speaking to you directly because I know you probably gonna be upset with me. I know you probably done got upset with one of these gentlemen over here for trying to do something for your children. And you sit around getting that mama a bad time because you ain't did nothing. We gonna do it.
I ain't never had no problem with it. They all everybody I done talked to has no baby dad. Like, and like even if like we ain't stay together, I ain't got no child with them. Like we ain't had no problem. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I always try to be, a gentleman about it. Like when talk to your dad, you know what I'm saying? Like if there was going on, and I feel like it always a conversation that can be made, that can happen. That can always settle everything for anything comes to something else.
Anybody ran into that problem?
Nah, but look, man, I'm trying to have a little girl, man.
Who trying service announcement?
Who trying to do that, man? We gonna have.
What name got you though? But I'm gonna mind my business.
Top shelf.
I'm gonna mind my business though.
Yeah, I want a daughter. I'll be done. Man.
What's the motive behind that?
I just, having a son, it cool. Even though I ain't stepped all the way out there in fatherhood yet, I just feel like that's too easy. Cause like he ripped the rust up. You feel me? Like if I try to hug that man, come on, man. Like he'll do that. So I feel like I wanna enjoy that baby again.
Oh, okay.
So I do want a daughter though, but like
You
I
just want a baby, and it's specifically a girl.
Yeah, but I'm gonna do right
You wanna
this
have
time.
twins.
I gotta get married.
Anybody else out here want to collect another kid?
I'm good, man. I am good.
Everybody here went right the same way.
Yeah, you gotta have good hair too, man. Gotta have, trying to have that wedding.
I'm good, man.
I want her to.
Y'all ain't never tried to hold 3 on me hand at one time, boy.
You got all little ones.
Nah, I got 2 little ones. My little girl just turned 8.
She still like to jump up in your arms.
Yeah.
So you got that real fatherhood.
Okay.
Yeah, that my little road out there.
Okay. Discipline in your house. Times are different. Ain't like they used to be. Although maybe it should go back to that or not. Like me personally, I had to relearn how to discipline my kids compared to how I was.
Mm-hmm.
Cause I mean, although it had the same effect, it ain't working in today's society because every kid ain't getting it. See what I'm saying? If every kid was getting it, then it wouldn't be a problem. But since every kid's not getting it, it's very visible. Like, your kid could almost tell on you without even knowing they telling on you. Oh, no, my parents don't do that. My parents hit me.
Mm-hmm.
Next thing you know, your parents will do what?
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So, I had to take a step back from physical discipline. Is that something that still live in y'all house?
Oh yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you. I gotta spank at least one time, boy. Get you right.
Inside of your hand or the back of your hand?
See, I really you say the inside or I'm going inside.
I mean, I don't really.
I'm going inside. Inside, little scoop, little cuff ride.
I
Yeah.
can't speak on that. Yeah, Granddad, did you hit me with the inside of the backhand? Cause I believe I felt both of them.
Man,
Beat on,
both of
man.
them, Granny.
We used to get beat on.
most of the time out there.
What you
it's
do?
all
You
shit.
got told
You
up.
couldn't say nothing back in the day, like.
But,
So you get ready to say
how do
something
you
back.
handle it now?
I handle like, well, my last 3, I mean, I think it's the genes. Like, I think, like, it's a time, too, like, the kids are better, too, like, they were. Like, my first 3, like,
Why do you think that is?
Because I don't know, I believe because, like,
They got
TV,
access to too much stuff
they
now.
got TV, they know too much, like that. Like, all the kids, like, boy, they growing up on them iPads and iPhones and stuff, like, they ain't outside. Like, you don't see kids, they don't want to sign for basketball, football, none of that no more. Like, now you got co-ed teams and stuff like that. Like, come on, man. Like, when they do that? We ain't never had that. When I was growing up,
Time to change.
and just time change the kids just different, And, like, so you have to now, like, whoop your children, like, if you need to. Like, you don't got to beat them, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but you
don't
need to
beat
make
'em.
sure,
Don't
look
beat
in
'em.
their
Don't
eye,
catch 'em, okay.
look in their eye when you whoop them, look in their eye and tell them what they did
And
wrong.
make sure for a good
Make
reason,
sure they
though.
know. Like, don't be mad because you mad at somebody
Yeah,
else
don't take
or whatever,
it out
like
on
that.
the kids.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Do you take the time to explain why you did what you did?
Yeah, you got to, because it's pointless if you don't. You feel me? They'll keep doing the same thing. You gonna keep whipping them for the same thing.
Well, you gonna have to keep whooping. For
Yeah,
the
you
same.
got, you know what I mean? But you gotta at least explain, let them know why.
Their memory bank don't click till they get a certain age. They
Yeah.
gonna forget and be like, you know what? I'm gonna try that today. I'm gonna try that today. I'm gonna do this again today. See, he gonna do the same thing he been doing.
They tried
the way it
today.
is.
Same thing happened to you.
I know when I used to get a whipping, I used to be like mad, depressed, and like broken hearted and just down. And I tell my kids all the time, man, all y'all do is look at their phone and watch adults be adults. And that's why you be trying to talking like you think you want an adult. Like all you do is sit around and look at adults. You know what I'm saying? When we were coming up, they'd make us get on somewhere. Grown folk talking. See what I'm saying? Now they just on the phone watching adults do God knows what all day.
And street light too, like. But my folk want us in high street
Yeah,
light.
me
Street
too,
light,
boy.
come on. Street light, come on. Hey, like be hit that high, or you ain't going out tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like you had to keep them grades up. You know what I mean? Like it's a lot of parents now too. You know, like your child, like if they failing or something like that, sometimes just sit them out. Sometimes just to let them know, like, you gotta make good grade, like to do whatever extra you want to do, like.
It like
That's
too many
it,
folk
like-
cool with their child.
Yeah, they were
Friendship.
too many.
They friends with their
It's
child.
okay to be friends with them at home,
Yeah, it
playing
done
with them,
got
but you
old.
still gotta let them know, like, look, when I tell you to do something, do it. I'm still the daddy. I'm still the mama, you know.
So the
Just
phone,
what the-
so the phones, the objects is what
Just the
brings-
access to
Yeah,
everything.
What really going on in
Like
the
they got,
world.
That's what I was.
it's
That's
too
what I was
much
getting
freedom.
to.
Yeah.
If I take the phone from my kids, they act like I beat them with a hammer.
And sometimes you don't got to whoop them for that. You can just take something.
That
like
is a whooping.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what
that's
it is.
bad whooping to him.
I tell you
in
something
that
else.
game?
I tell you something else. I seen kids in the barbershop crying like somebody shot them in the face. If you
Sad.
cut that nappy hair off the top of their head. What? Boy, that's worse than a whooping. One, it hurts to get that stuff cut off. Two, you don't want it cut off. I don't watch a lot of kids in here break down, boy, about that hair. So it be stuff like that, taking the appliances away from them, cut their hair off. That's like a whooping now. They break their heart.
But instead of them learning from it, like they get more disrespectful now. Like,
Well, that's when you gotta pull that belt
Yeah.
back out, man, or that backhand. Cause,
but
you know,
we
I
never
used
had
catch
to do
whatever.
that. Like,
You know,
I just feel
don't
like-
go too far with it. You know,
you knew
I
that
know.
anyway.
I used to have this thing. I like what Brody said about the scoop. I used to have this thing where I used to like to try to make sure I catch the back of my kid's head right back down that corner, corner piece right there.
Yeah,
You
boy.
know, I don't slap it flush.
Just go with
I slap it going up, but it's like it's sliding and slapping at the same time, but it's still making noise. See the noise really was what had me shook.
Yeah.
Slap to the head, don't bother. Cause I watch little boys slap each other in the back head all day. They don't never cry about it. But let me get that scoop and tap that corner piece, boy. That loud noise. Make them cry, boy.
They gonna sting too now.
Cause my dad, you thumped me in the head 2 times.
Really?
It'll never hurt my little boy when I spank him. He just be heartbroken.
Oh, he don't cry.
Yeah, he just.
Yeah.
That boy,
See
that
now,
wild.
my Uncle Willie
Puppy dog
made me
eyes on you.
shit. Uncle Willie broke me up, but
yeah, my little boy be so blowed.
yeah.
I just can barely hear him. He be so blowed. He just look like, bro, why you playing like that? Then he'll walk away. Then he'll go do whatever he did to get popped. I do it again. I be like, you know what, dog? You about got it, bro. It don't even matter. You want me to tell you what he did to me last night?
What?
Brought me a handful of shit.
For real, bro. How you looking at your way? Sideways. I know
He
you looking.
did. Like,
He just reached back there and got him.
he busted in the room. He busted in the room. Like, he knew what he had to do. Cause like, bro, you ain't been in the room all night. You been chilling in your room on the tablet, drinking that milk. He ain't came in my room at all. I'm in there laying down just cooling.
Oh boy.
I just hear something. Boom. I said, what? I smell him. I like, okay, you want me to change? I look up. He like this. I'm like, come on, bro. Come on, bro. And then my daddy watching it. He say he heard me go out last night. Kyle like, bro, what you doing?
Yeah, he
just
reached
like,
back
bro,
there
I
and
was
see
so
what it
mad.
was.
Like, I have never been so mad. Then he put something on the wall. I'm like, bro, you really tripping. He did everything except put it on himself, but he had it in his head. You feel me?
I think everybody got one of
You
these
trying to
stories.
get off it?
But yeah, but like, bro, you decided to do that last night.
So that was your first trip. That was your
Man,
first trip. Yeah, you got a lot of trips of that to go until he come up out.
man, I made the man
Start
sit on
putting
the
it
potty
in the
today
toilet.
for no reason. I told the man, he sat there. I made him sit there for like 30 minutes till his leg got tired. Like, I just made him sit on it. He ain't do nothing. But I was that what I felt like, bro. Okay,
Speaking of potty training, what is
hard.
it like to do that with a girl?
It's easy with a girl. It was easy for me.
I'm telling you, man.
It was so easy.
I ain't never dealt with no girls.
I never did.
I ain't never dealt with no girls. I was dating this girl who had a little girl, little baby. And I'm good with kids now. I ain't got no problem with changing diapers. But it was time to change the little girl diaper for my first time. And that was the first time I pulled the diaper off and didn't see a wanker. I closed it back up. I called somebody. I said, somebody gonna have to come over here and change it. This, I'm not used to
my
this.
dog.
You know, usually when I see something without a wanker,
They don't belong.
you know, it's time.
Yeah, right.
I had hold on now.
Yeah.
This would if it was my little girl, it'd probably been different.
Yeah,
but it wasn't.
Yeah, fact.
So it kind of made me feel a little uncomfortable. Man, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But over a period of time, I was like, "What is you doing? This is a baby. Baby need to change, man. Change it down, baby." And I, But that first time, like, whoa, I covered it back up.
Mm-hmm.
And called somebody. Somebody gonna have to do this. But I hear that it's easy to potty train girls.
Yeah, my little girl, she was on it.
Because they use the bathroom sitting down both times. Whereas boys don't.
She just got tired of making
like
me
to
sit
sit
on.
down.
I made her sit on it.
See,
Every
I
time
taught-
she did something wrong,
I
I
taught
made her
all
sit
my
on
little
it.
boys how to use the bathroom sitting down. I let them figure out how to stand up by themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Because I got tired of finding pee. So I said, as long as he go in that toilet, I don't care if you're sitting down, standing upside down on your head, as long as he go in that toilet.
That's who I kept trouble with, the boy.
Boy. Yeah, 'cause
I can sit him on there and everything, let him sit there, he'll do it.
little girls' memory bank seem to work faster than little boys.
I catch him. Pop
That's true.
Yeah, so
It's just that overnight.
It kind of rough trying to do the little boy.
last episode, I kind of got away from the game that I played, but had a couple of people say that they didn't see that as part of the segment. So I made sure I brought it back today, and it's my favorite part of the show, and it's called Say Something Nice. And it's a very challenging game, and it's going to be pictures of things that I know is going to make you a little uncomfortable when you see them. But you got to find a way to say something nice if you can. Y'all ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's give it a shot then. Wow. Coming up first. Yeah. Yeah, so for the people who don't know who this is Dwayne Wade and his son.
I ain't even gonna say that on there.
Wayne got a fresh lineup, man. Somebody got him right.
That's what you got.
That's about it.
Dwayne got a fresh lineup.
Dwayne Wade got a fresh lineup.
That bitch got a buzz.
That's so we just talking about Dwayne Wade.
Yeah, I was just talking about Wayne.
Yeah, I can't.
Oh yeah, I can't get no hate crime chart. I don't John.
This is about a father
Yeah, they about a father now.
and his
Yeah. I know. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if I feel
This
like
is about a
now.
father and his
We ain't going that route.
I feel like he being forced.
We ain't going that route.
I don't know.
I'm just gonna say, man, Gabriel Union did that, man. Wade ain't on that type of time. I hope.
I hope not. I hope not. I don't know Wade like that, so you know.
I don't know.
He on that type of time.
You know what I'm saying?
It's still a child, I get.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's still a child.
but it crazy though.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a love my child,
Say something
but
nice.
I feel like
say something
Say something
nice.
nice.
he love his child.
That's a great father's
that's
relationship.
a great
That's a nice
father, man.
thing you can say.
What if
He love his
what if
child.
y'all find out that I wish I knew. I don't know what to do in these situations. I don't know if he or she want to be referred to as he or she. I don't want to get it wrong. All right. What if we find out that the offspring is a phenomenal athlete at basketball? What if we find that out?
So you gonna play WNBA?
With one, he gonna.
Oh yeah, how that gonna work?
Yeah, how they gonna work?
I tell you what. Let's just move on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Joanna, man.
Yeah. Let's just move on. Let's just move on.
Boy, you crazy.
Bop, bop. Another father. You don't know who that is?
That's Magic Johnson and Buddy.
What is my buddy?
That's
His
his.
daughter. I mean his son.
I ain't
It's
gonna
a one
say
of
I
them.
like to start
It's
talking.
one of them.
That's his offspring.
I almost started.
That's a father and
Man,
his
Buddy
offspring.
supposed to be on Bron team.
Promoting his documentary on Apple TV Plus.
How can we say anything nice about this?
Say something nice. This is a
What
nice
nice about it?
outfit and
That ain't right.
it's nice and shiny.
You can't say that ain't right on the internet,
He
man.
lost a lot of weight.
Now look at the wrist.
I'm saying for the nice.
Johnson
You got
is one of the
BBL.
greatest of all
How we
time.
gonna say nice?
The wrist.
The wrist. He's holding. You know what?
Chill out,
I
man.
tell you what. Let's just move on.
Yeah,
Which I don't have any problem with.
Hey, you got
Let's
some
just move
people
on.
on this card that really
We
want to
said
take
something
it. Now.
nice. All right, we said something nice. I think we did.
Got a little comedian in me, so I ain't gonna speak on that.
He look happy though.
It does look happy.
He look
Yeah.
happy.
All right, we're gonna go ahead before we say something crazy.
Oh no.
Wop wop. That's my
Then look
man,
at-
Warwick Davis.
Hold on, I got one.
And
Hold
his,
on,
and his lovely children.
hold on. This might be the granddaddy in the corner.
Nah, that's who he play in the movie Leprechaun.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the actor in the suit.
They got a small family. They
He's with his children.
Small Knife family.
got a little small knife family.
I think they was at a Star Wars preview. I think he's in Star Wars.
No, that cameraman laid. That's it. I'm sorry, Chris, man. I'm trying not to.
We said nice stuff.
Yeah, you're right.
We said nice stuff for the people out there who watching. We said some nice stuff. I think we did.
Yeah, we have.
Is that it? I think.
So.
No, let's go here. Wham.
Hey, that how my boy, that situation. I know a situation like this. My partner, Noah Walker. He take care of every girl he talk to kid. He take care of all of them. One of my brother K. This a picture of Noah Walker and all his step kids. I just want to let y'all know that is a good person. Y'all laughing. Noah is a good man.
He's a good
Noah
guy.
Walker is a good person. I can't think of a better person to be a stepfather to somebody.
Oh man, they don't beat up Biggie.
One.
That don't let African be dance.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
That don't want to be
11
dancing, ain't it?
children.
They don't want to be
Say
dancing.
something nice
I hate
about
that
this
family,
beautiful family from Gunna.
That Bobo cousins.
Bobo.
Dog skin Bobo.
From third farm.
That cool, man. What up, Bobo?
Shout out to Bobo.
Yeah, so say something nice about this nice family that has gotten together and put together a nice
Jermaine.
organization.
They all smile.
a nice organization of
Somewhat.
That's the more love you gonna get right now. That love.
Nah, he a good man.
people. This is 11 kids
of his own.
with 2 parents. Okay,
Of his own.
Two
if
smiling
you take
parents.
13 people with income, all income, man, that's an organization. That's a company.
Well, you're right.
That's a company right
It's
there.
a whole little outfit building right there that started out.
That's the employees.
Yeah.
Hey, my boy got an Obama shirt on. Yeah.
Yeah, he sure will, ain't
Yeah. I think we did good with this picture, yeah.
Boy, you like fell back in the back. Shout out to old boy fell, man.
Jermaine Andrew before he got a haircut right now.
I'm finna take this picture down.
I see Brandale Bryan.
I'm finna take this picture down for y'all. Keep me.
Hold on. Go back. One more. Go back.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know you talking about.
Gasket water.
Yeah, that's a nice company, man.
Like Brandon Sears.
Alright. I think we did good.
Yes, sir.
Nice as much as we could. I think we did anyway. We gave it our best shot. Moving on. This next topic is about these pictures I showed y'all. It's about your children's sexuality and their choices. You know. I mean, I think we all kind of fear it. I think we all kind of fear it can happen. We don't want it to. But if it does, what is your natural reaction to that?
I'm gonna be blowed as hell.
Yeah, I'm gonna be mad.
I'm gonna be blowed. It ain't nothing I can do, but I'm gonna be blowed.
Your choice. But
Don't bring it to the high. Like under my rule, dog. If you walk in the room and see your son, come on,
laying
man.
in the bed with another son.
Come on, man.
Hold on now.
You walk in the room seeing your
If they
son.
laying in the bed, they old enough to lay in the bed. You probably ain't got no business going in there.
Right. They're right.
But no, you ain't gonna do that on me.
Like, Jay don't do
I'm a little
Hold
annoyed.
on.
If in my house,
You
and
don't
I'm in my house,
you don't want any of your kids doing
None of that.
straight stuff under your roof. So it ain't about that.
Yeah, you don't want them doing that anyway.
This ain't about that.
Straight
This
up,
is about
way.
the choice of sexuality. Whether you see it or not. You ain't gotta see it, you just gotta know it's happening.
What's going on?
See what I'm saying?
It's gonna be hard for me to get over.
Yeah, like they're gonna
You feel me? I ain't gonna even lie to you. That's gonna be hard for me to get over. But
why?
I know I'm gonna have to. You feel me? This is my child, regardless.
Yeah.
And it's us to get the word how I feel. You feel me?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to be on the Dwayne Wade road. You feel me? Like,
very
Cause
supportive.
you gonna have to defend
I'm
your
support my child.
You gonna have to defend your child from so many more wolves. Like it might just gonna anger you so much that you gonna really beat hell out of somebody just for coming at your child anyway.
Yeah, I'm going to hell to jail about mine.
But it ain't nothing that I wanna accept, and I don't even want my child to think that that's okay. Nope. But it ain't nothing we can control. Like we done grew up and seen it. Like we done seen some of the toughest niggas in second grade. High school, but them folk twisting. Come on, cuz. Like, you just be like, what? You be wanting to know what happened at home. And I feel like that where it started at home.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Like how you get that from? Listen, there's a lot of stuff on the internet.
I really don't know. I always want to know why.
I do believe that there are some cases where things happen at home.
The child being around a bunch of
spark their inspiration for
I
don't think that's everybody.
Yeah.
You know, I think some people just be confused for a long time, don't even know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's just a natural build. I know people don't want to feel like that's a natural build, but we don't create people. Yeah. Anybody in here created? I mean, like anybody, like besides having kids, like have you?
No.
You know what I mean? Was you able to make them free a blueprint of who your kid was going to be while they was inside the stomach? Like, I don't know if somebody can do that. It's God.
No, that's it.
So, you see what I'm saying?
Like,
so
I feel like it's all right. Long as it ain't me. You see what I'm saying? Like, it ain't going to be me. Like, as long as you don't bring it to me. Like, when you say
it ain't me, you mean you didn't get it from me?
Yeah. I mean, no, it ain't saying that. Cause I know you didn't get it from me, but I'm just saying, like, what I'm saying is, like, whatever happened, like, as long as you don't come to me with it, like, you know, be with me around the house, like, screaming and hollering like a girl, you know what I mean? Like, I understand you won't do that. They're like,
okay, so what you're saying right now is, long as you're not being super feminine in a male body,
because I'm a love my child regardless.
Super study in a female body.
You supposed to love your child regardless. Like, it ain't right.
You can still like other sex, and still act like a dude.
Yeah.
And act like a young lady.
I mean, act like you supposed to act.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I raised you like you supposed to be raised.
That was crazy though.
I mean, I don't know how.
I feel like they don't really just. I feel like it don't seem as bad if your daughter gay versus your son. They're crazy.
I mean, I dare to try to explain why that is.
Like that was crazy.
I don't want to make, but I feel like I got to.
I know I'd be way more pissed off if my little boy doing this crazy shit than my daughter, cause you know it really went. Cause then it'll be one of the situations. Think about it. You ain't got nothing but all girl, then you got one that want to be that dude. So you gonna be open the shoulder like, okay, do what you got to do, child.
I don't think people accept either one now. Not off the muscle. Yeah. I think over a period of time you learn to let it go because you love your kids, and as long as they happy, you know, it's whatever. But I do believe what you was trying to say is, I'm gonna try to explain it. I just think, you know, people aren't bothered by skin rubbing skin.
You ain't got to say the other part. You ain't got to say the other part, cause yeah.
That's why we get the ridicule we get as men. Because to satisfy ourselves, we don't rub skin. We want to go inside. And that's why we get the ridicule we get, because we want to stick it where we can stick it sometime. You see what I'm saying? I think that's what it is. That's what makes people uncomfortable, you know what I'm saying? I think that's what made people uncomfortable with the show P-Valley too. Because you're going to see guys hugging, kissing, but they start pulling them sticks out.
Yeah, they start getting crazy.
When them sticks start popping out, that makes people uncomfortable.
Like, I don't feel no type of way about how you feel in your sexuality, your life. You know, that's you. Like, as long as you don't do it to me, I'm happy with it. That's fine. I don't. If you a gay guy or something like that,
No,
you gonna
no disrespect to you whatsoever.
No
Just
problem.
we on this road. You got a little,
Like, long as you do what
But
you
I
supposed
think,
to do.
I
Turn
think it's
about.
safe to say we still gonna love them children.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
We ain't gonna like it.
For sure.
We're gonna learn to.
Gotta learn a little too.
Moving on. Words or simple phrases can impact futures. I love you. I'm proud of you. I forgive you. I'm sorry. Are these things that you say to your children? And I'm asking you this because we was just having a conversation in the barbershop the other day, and I've had this conversation more than one time. The young generation get off the phone with each other or leave rooms with each other and say, I love you to each other. And how we come on, we don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
We show each other love. We don't say it. If we do, we say, boy, I fuck with you, dog. That's really me saying I love you. We don't do that, but the young people do. Like my nephew, he get out the phone, hit partner. Before they get out the phone, he be like, I love you, bro. I be like, what?
They never know. Like, you never know what's going on the other
And
side.
Mike, he made it clear to me that kids need to hear that from their parents. My dad probably told me that 2 times my whole life. Actually said it out his mouth. Now, I ain't never doubt for a second my dad don't love me. I always knew he had because he always showed me. He ain't had to tell me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't tell him.
Yeah, me and my dad.
That's our relationship.
Me and my dad ain't even hug.
But the young boys, the young generation, the 20s, the 18, 19, the 22, 23-year-olds, they tell each other they love each other when they get out of the phone. When they leave the room, they leave the place. Love you, bro.
We say love, bro.
I don't do that.
Now, we all do that too.
I'm going to start making a conscious effort to try to start doing that now.
Like
you know what I'm
people
saying? But, I don't do that. But
close people.
these are things, these are words, these are phrases that we say to our kids that have a lasting impact on their future. I love you. I'm proud of you. I forgive you.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sorry. I heard some guys talking about they don't say I'm sorry to their kids. Like, I don't apologize to my kid. Like, what you mean you don't apologize to your kid?
Apologize for it.
I don't do that. I don't do that. I was like, I don't know what kind of relationship that is.
Yeah.
But I bark at my kids a lot about stuff that they need barked at about. Sometimes I be done jump the gun and start barking at them about something they ain't did, or I have to turn around and apologize to them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want them to think I'm just being a jerk just because that's my relationship with them. I'm a jerk to you. I want them to know I made a mistake because I want them to learn how to know when they made a mistake and to apologize to somebody. So it's these things, like these words that y'all make a conscious effort to say to your kids.
Yeah.
I love you, and I forgive you. I'm proud of you. You know what I'm saying? Because one thing I used to do for my nephew is, the harder I was on him, the more harder I went for it. You get that? And I tell my kids that I'm hard on y'all, but I go even harder for you.
Facts.
You see what I'm saying? And if I'm chewing y'all out, get what I'm gonna do about somebody else that messing with you. I'm gonna go even harder on them. Get what I'm saying? So, to the baby daddies who may not know that that's what you are, start saying these phrases and these words to these kids because they need to hear it. They need to hear it. They want to hear it. And it's reassuring. And it makes them look up to you, makes them follow your lead. You know what I'm saying? If you're out there listening. Questions. What will you teach your kids about social media? You gotta teach them. Okay.
Don't put everything on there. That's what my daddy told me. Keep your life out the internet. He was telling me that in high school way before your profession started really caring about your social media. He was telling me that, like, bro, don't be putting all that crazy stuff on there. And then now you see it, like, with like if the rat do something crazy, they go pull up one of his tweets from 2010. You feel me? So it's just like they'll turn your childhood against you. When you wouldn't even think it. So that's the main thing. Like don't depend on social media for your feelings or for no question you got about life. They just keep your life out there. I get on there to laugh, tell jokes. You feel me? And that's it. Like I just get on there, laugh, tell jokes. I post a picture. Drip here, drip there. But other than that, I'm on. I ain't too much standing. I ain't too much standing. If you happy man on that bit, I want to know is you like what you got going on today. So I'm gonna tell my kid like it's cool to go to it for entertainment, but or networking, but don't put your life on that, man. Don't be embarrassing yourself.
That's how you doing.
Yeah, I just feel like all of it ain't real. Like you can be on there and be all you can be, like, and other way, like everybody's looking at it, like you can be happy, you can be sad, like when you say, at home, real life is real life.
When you say you can be on there and be all you can be, you meaning like
you can be anything.
You can portray
anything.
You can portray yourself as someone who you really not.
I seen somebody putting financial literacy on there and they broke.
I didn't
what you supposed to tell me?
But I done seen somebody say they somewhere like in Atlanta or at the high. I just seen it 5 minutes ago. But it be like that. It's for fun. Like, I get on there, I say happy birthday to everybody. Oh yeah, just so you know, like I say happy birthday to everybody every day. It don't matter if I know you or I don't. I think I'm trying to holler to go up because I said happy birthday. Anybody, because I recently, not too long, just got hit me about saying I believe. I ain't gonna call no names. He know who he is. What I'm saying, he gonna hit you up. That's all I say. Cause that's what I do.
You talking about me?
I don't talk on social media because it ain't real all the way. Like I go now like
everybody.
Yeah, everybody. If I like you, I don't. If I don't kick it with you, I don't know you. You my friend now. And your birthday pop up on now. Happy birthday.
You must be putting emoji behind it.
No, nothing. Happy birthday.
But they don't like you.
I believe so. So just know that.
Smoke
just know that. I ain't got no smoke on. I ain't never had no problem with nobody.
Somebody did,
everybody.
Somebody did.
It's all about life. I want to enjoy and I want you to enjoy it. Very short. But it's very short.
I feel that though. I be hitting the heart button because I be up at night. I be doing my work on my computer. And I be checking my stories, and I be
like what you like.
I be hitting like.
Yeah, you
and
like
I know
what
it's
you
probably
like.
making a noise.
If you feel like
at night.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure it's gonna start some arguments. I don't know. I'm sorry. I ain't.
I can't like.
I'm sorry. I just like it.
I can't like because it just all of a sudden when I like it, man, it be 1,000 folks on the picture. When I like it, bro, to reload it and 999 folks like it. My name gonna be the first. Nah, I ain't even got time for it.
Don't count.
It's all.
When I with my child, I went like a nobody picture, bro. I still don't want to do it.
First thing you see her.
That's the first thing, bro. Like, why my day? Out of all these folks.
You gotta be
look,
first
soon as
one.
somebody like somebody picture, we got a question coming.
Yeah.
Question. Either from
How you
whoever
know
they deal with, or
what you know about her.
Man, like what you got going on?
Man, them folk going through them like, bro.
I'm pretty
you
sure,
heart too many
I'm pretty
pictures,
sure I done created some backlash. I just hadn't heard nothing about it. Ain't nobody said nothing to me yet. I'm just letting y'all know. I'm sorry. I be up at night on my computer. I like somebody's picture.
I heart your
Story, babe.
I ain't mean to start.
Shit, what you gonna put that little count on her? Now you put that count on her there. How you feel about it?
Face. I put the crying face. Like, why you crying? Cause you fine, girl.
What the man face for?
Come on, I put y'all on game now. Don't go to crying. Don't go to crying in nobody.
I know what's going on here.
I think we all do it. I think we all gonna do it. I think we have done it.
Hey, lying.
So, what will you teach your kids about alcohol and drugs?
Please try your best to stay away.
You don't have to do it.
You do not have to do it, but please try your best to stay away.
Don't force it on yourself.
Don't let nobody tell you that you can do.
I mean, at the end of the day, I can't
Your
see what
own
you're doing
person.
behind my back, but I hope that I can enforce you to make a great
Please.
decision.
I tell you, like my mama used to tell me, I'd rather you do it with me, boy,
Yeah,
before you be out here in these
That was- I
streets.
was
That's
just
all
finna say
crazy.
that. That's what my mama told me.
Know what I was just finna say? Is don't do it the right message?
It is, but you can't stop it.
But it's just like you saying,
Do it.
do it.
Mm-hmm.
Do it.
If you just keep constantly saying, don't do this, it just only makes
I feel like you
curious
should
to
tell
why
them.
you keep saying it.
I feel like you should tell them try your best not to do it. Because you tell them don't do it, like you said, they going to eventually start. I'm finna see what he talking about. And that thing, now you mad with your son, now you ready to raid him and kill everybody in there. That he was around there doing it, you know what I'm saying? Because, like Carthon just said, you don't know what he doing behind your back. You get with your friend.
Yeah.
You tell him what going
I
on,
got
you know
hit
what I'm
with
saying?
one
But
phrase.
please try.
I got hit with one phrase when I was growing up. My daddy told me straight up. I had the freedom to really do whatever. Like, he wasn't the type that'll hound me, but I knew not to try on you, feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Your
I
dad
knew,
big.
yeah, I knew certain things that
Your
not
dad
even
big.
do.
I just want everybody to know Carthon dad big as hell. Like a big old bad boy. You
He
not
got
want to
some big
get
old
into
hand, too.
get into a disagreement with that fella.
I have, and I end up out of port. But
I
like,
don't
he
watch
told
it
me
happen.
straight up. He told me, he was like, I'm gonna hand you this rope. You gonna hang yourself. That's what he told me.
That's
He
the
was
same thing my dad said. I'm gonna give you this rope and you gonna hang
Can't
yourself.
get a high leg
like,
up.
I can't stop you from doing that. Like, it was plenty of time, when Doug never rapping. They going to
Came
the
in
club
on
on
Chrome that
Thursday.
night.
Yeah. Y'all going out every Thursday. I couldn't go out, till like toward the end. He wouldn't let me go out. Finally, he let me go out one time.
Boy.
And we had to go to school the next day, bro. And I
Boy,
I
he
seen
felt
why
that
he
pain,
told me,
Yeah.
bro, you don't need to go out. Bro, I was in school dying that day. Like, I'm in there dying that day. And I was just like, I see why he told me, like, bro, you do not need to go out on no school night.
Mm-hmm.
Do you do it in front of them or you wait till you get wrapped around them?
Do what?
You drink a beer, alcohol? You
Oh,
smoke,
yeah, we shouting up in front
smoke a
of
blunt
him. Yeah, he
in front of them.
I'm grown.
Mine, yo.
That's what he tell me. I'm grown,
I mean,
I ain't finna just find no blunt up in the house.
Not your dad, your son.
Oh, no.
No.
I drank. He done seen me drink.
Yeah.
But I ain't finna burn one in front of him. I don't want him to catch that second hand anyway.
Yeah.
No.
You feel me?
Like
they tell everything when you take baby to the facts. Nah, them folks gonna know you.
They getting in that blood.
When I grew up, I watched my father figures drink beers and alcohol, smoke blunts. I watched them.
I did too.
Yeah, I did.
too.
Well, I watch my dad and them drink all the time, but it
But
never.
they would slap the ball piss out of me if I tried it.
I ain't never want to. I got hit with the, you want something so bad, you drunk that beer. Like, what?
Yeah.
That killed it for me. I didn't want to take no more alcohol until I got to college.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to do it then.
I ain't never been an alcohol type though.
I try to
man.
do my best not to do it in front of them, but I have.
Yeah, no problem.
But I try to educate my kids on every doggone thing.
Yeah.
I didn't let them play GTA 5 until I gave them a full breakdown of the realities of life and what you gonna see on their game.
Mm-hmm.
And then for like the first year they played it, I wouldn't let them play it without me. Cause I wanted to make sure when they saw something, I said something when they saw it. You see what I'm saying? Then when they got the gist of everything, they realized it's just a video game. I let them start playing on their own. You know what I'm saying?
I know certain times of the day I couldn't play San Andreas. Like, or you go to Surf Folk High, you could not play San Andreas, boy. Yeah. Growing up, like, folk used to trip about their Grand Theft Auto.
Main thing you do though,
all you doing is criminal crimes activity on there.
In one city,
you don't die once, like that game. Don't let that game fool you.
Yeah, don't come back to life.
And the main thing is tell them.
Yeah, they don't take $500 from you and just let you come back to life.
Yeah. You don't get dropped off at the hospital and then you be back straight. Yeah.
Another thing though, like when we were coming up, like you wasn't really exposed to a lot of the stuff that everybody exposed to. Like you see, the most you used to see folk do when we growing up is smoking a cigarette and drinking a beer for real. Like you ain't really see too much of like what we see when we go in the club, or like if you go to such and such high, or you held down and like you did. folk parent wouldn't even do that around you now. Like how comfortable folk parents is not rolling up in front of anybody. Like you ain't really see that too much when you coming up. Like they either ducked out somewhere or they ain't around where all the kids at. Like nah, man, these folk don't care what they at. Like it's a party, whatever. And like everybody can see what's going on now. Like ain't nobody too.
We had to wait to be.
Ain't nobody really like. And then even like if we want to do something crazy, we finna meet up somewhere where ain't nobody can see us. We ain't finna just be out in the open. Like don't nobody kill nobody. Nobody discreet about doing nothing that they do no more.
Yeah, I definitely be on top of their heads. I mean, I'd rather them see me do it. I'd rather them see me do it than some other group of people. Because I want them to see how I do it, how I react when I do it, how I function. So if they choose to, if they emulate that. Because if you go out with your friends and everybody wild and get with your son or your daughter gonna do. See what I'm saying? So when y'all said do it with me, I think that's what you mean. I ain't saying like I want them to do it with me, but I'm saying if I want them to see somebody do it, I would prefer it be me. So they can, see how I react to that stuff. Because some people don't do drugs. Some people let the drug do them. Some people don't do alcohol. Some people let alcohol do them. And I want my kids to see that I'm doing it. They ain't doing me. You see what I'm saying? It's a touchy situation. Like, I don't know. A lot of people like their kids get on, man. Like, go on somewhere. We doing grown folk stuff.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
On in the room, sit down somewhere.
Yeah. But moving on. This is a touchy one. I know it's going to be. But what will you teach your kids about relationships and love?
Don't depend on it for your happiness. Don't depend on it for your income.
First of all, don't worry about that till you get out of school. That's the first thing. Do like mama, hey, get them book did first, and you worry about that afterwards.
Y'all gonna sit in the living room. I promise you.
I know that's ideal, but we know that don't happen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're right.
The moment puberty kick in, they start getting, they start smelling stuff.
Yeah. And men.
I mean, I know you said you got one finna graduate.
Yeah, and that's why I tell them all the time, like, you doing good. Like, I always learn. Like, I just hear when I was growing up, like you all want your children to like grow up a little better than you. You know what I mean? Just even if you can't do much, you want them to grow up a little bit better than you. Like I told myself, boy, you doing good, boy. You done made it to when I was your age, boy. You were coming out. Boy. You know what I'm saying? So, boy, you doing good, boy. I'm proud of you, boy. Keep up the good work, boy. Do your work. And look, decide what you going to do, because you don't want to work. Like a lot of people working, how I used to work, and I made a way now, boy. Well, I'm happy. Praise God. Thank you, because he made sure a way now. He keep praying now, and keep pushing like that. That's the main thing. Yeah. And raising a child or being a father, man, just keep pushing, man, doing the best you can do, man. Like, don't never stop trying. Now, when you give up now, you definitely gonna always be a baby daddy. If you give up and you don't do nothing more.
Nah, you ain't even no baby daddy dead. That's when they hit you with the deadbeat. Yes, sir. Yeah, you the beat dead. Deadbeat dead.
Okay. I do know my kids ain't old enough to go through that yet, so I can't talk about them. I can only talk about my nephew, because he like my first son. You know what I'm saying? And he's a star athlete. You know how star athletes rock. You ain't gonna know what love is yet, because you enjoying the spoils of being a star athlete. So he was like, I ain't never gonna be in love. I ain't gonna never be that kind of, ain't no girl gonna ever do that to me. I said, all right.
A week.
All right, cuz you can't wait. What? I said, gonna be one gonna put some kind of spell on you. Gonna send your heart through something. You're gonna want to fight the whole world about it too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I done went through that.
We all need to go through that.
Oh yeah.
You gotta go through that. Don't even try to skip it.
You see what I'm saying? Because the first time I got my heart broke, I was a suicidal watch.
Me too.
I called Greg.
If I wasn't scared to kill myself, I would've. Cause that's how much it would hurt, and I couldn't think of any other way to stop it from hurting. I
called
said,
my dad about
murk
2 in the
myself. I cannot live the rest of my life feeling like this. I don't want to live the rest of my life feeling like this. I might well die. I ain't had the heart to do it. So I sat outside hoping something like a satellite dish or something would fall out of the sky and hit me. You know, I ain't think about the fact that if a satellite dish fall out of the sky, it probably kill everybody in the neighborhood. That ain't what I was. I just wanted to make sure I was gone. I was hurt, man. And you know, from then on, I ain't say I wouldn't hurt again. I just dealt with the hurt better.
Facts.
I understood why I was hurt, and I knew how to get out of it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Opposed to getting hurt every time and just get belligerent, just go bananas every time I get hurt, just fight somebody.
Yeah.
Because I know a lot of folk like get fighting at the club, but they be still hurt, man.
That would it be about.
They can't admit that, dog. You know what I'm
But
saying?
all on the other side of the planet, somebody he crazy damn float. Nigga over here, somebody he standing down, boy.
ready.
Just
Them
don't know. Just
Yeah,
don't
I
know.
I don't see some folk get swerved now.
Just don't know.
Like that
Type of
broken heart, I
conversation
don't
you
see
had
some
with
folk
your
get
son.
swerved.
I done had, words is not really a bad thing, just something you need to have. Like you feel like somebody, your partner or something like that, you feel like you've been betrayed.
Yeah.
That's okay to express your feeling, man, but the violence don't have to happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what you know what I'm saying?
You don't have to get violent.
You don't have to get violent. Like, you feel like that, man, look, you can tell her, look, man, I understand you did me like that, man. Like, I really want you to know I'm hurt.
Yeah.
I've been crying. I ain't eating a couple days. You know what I mean? Let her know what you really hurt.
A lot of folk can't admit that. Man. A lot of folk can't admit that they crying. They ain't ate a couple days.
You know you ain't gonna
And
eat.
they think that weak though.
You ain't gonna have no appetite,
weak.
bro.
Oh yeah,
You gonna need that.
You ain't gonna eat for sure.
You gotta
You
go.
gonna need
You gotta
that
let it
first
out.
heartbreak,
One way or
man.
another.
You gonna need that first heartbreak. That's what I want to
You gonna
teach
need
you about love and relationships. And relationships don't all have love in it.
Some don't last forever.
Relationships don't all have love in it. Relationship ain't love. Relationship is just that. I got a relationship with Brody. It's not the same relationship I got with Carthon. It's not the same relationship I got with Trey. We got different relationships. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't got to love y'all to have no relationship with y'all. So relationships ain't love. That's why I was saying, like, that's why I specify relationships and love. You see what I'm saying? Because sometimes relationships can get you farther in the future. Sometimes it ain't what you know. It's who you know. You know what I'm saying? So that's another thing I want to teach my kids about relationships. Like, don't think you have to tie love into a relationship. That ain't the same thing. You know what I'm saying? When folks say we doing relations, that's an old folk term. That mean we hen. You see what I'm saying? And you don't got relationships and hen and love combined in the same thing. They not the same thing. You know what I mean? Do you take your kids to church?
I took mine one time.
Well, I'd say I like one
I was
time,
raised
2
in
times,
church.
but I haven't just like consistently.
Different now.
I was raised in the church.
I was
don't
too.
take mine to church.
I was raised in the church.
I know a lot of people would like to see them in there.
Yeah.
It's not that I don't want to take my children to church. It's just I didn't understand religion for real until I was old enough to understand it. Other than that, I was just going.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
'Cause we
Trying my
had
best
to.
not to go to sleep most of the time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm not saying just because I got old enough to start learning religion, reason why I stopped going to church. That ain't what I'm saying. Come on, man. I be up at night, man. I ain't at church in the morning. You know what I mean? Sometimes I want to get up in the morning and get paid. Other than that, I want to be asleep. I don't know about it. Some people sleep good at night. I don't. I sleep good in the morning. You know what I'm saying? I gotta get to church, man.
I mean, you ain't even come to the shop till about 11:30, 12 on the weekend.
Yeah.
We be at the whole shop
That
be
was
deep
them- that
waiting
was-
on Chris.
Yeah, but that was them haircut with $10 and $5.
Yeah.
When they jumped up, I started getting shot early. At 9 now. 8:30. Be at shop. But that's it. It ain't no money involved, but I don't hold that bad, boy. And church be in the morning.
I do want to get my son baptized though.
I don't know. My religious beliefs are sporadic, and I don't want children go to church, and they start to learn. Then they try to listen to me. Then they get confused. You know what I'm saying?
Start having too many questions.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't just disagreeing with what's going on at church. It's just, you know what I'm saying? I want them to learn on their own, and they ask me a question, and I'm gonna tell them. But I did tell them this. I did say this to them. When you get ready to pray, be careful about your prayers. I think people make the mistake too often asking God for things.
Mm-hmm.
Specifically too. You know what I'm saying? Like, we really specify a lot of time, God, help me get this house. I've been trying to get this car. My car needs fixing. Oh, God, please help me get these kids some clothes. You see what I'm saying? Like, sometimes that ain't what we, like, not even sometimes, like, I don't even like specifically asking for things when I pray to God. When I pray to God, I usually spend most of the time thanking Him for what I already got and asking Him for strength, courage, physical ability, health to go and get the things I want. You see what I'm saying? Because, God gonna give you what He wants you to have.
Yeah.
So ain't no need to really asking Him for things. What He wants us to have, we gonna have it.
Mm-hmm.
So we ain't really gotta ask for that. God, help me get some more money. Boy, that prayer could be answered for everybody across the world.
Well, everybody be rich.
Everybody be rich. You see what I'm saying?
Got for a rich one.
You see what I'm saying? So that's what I did teach him. I said, when you pray to God, just thank Him and ask for tangible things. Tangible things that can get you the stuff you want. You know what I'm
Lead
saying?
you in that direction.
Yeah.
So I have to make sure I got a clear mind when I pray.
Meaningful.
Yeah.
What you mean?
I play too much. Like I be praying, bro, but it be like another voice in my head saying it's dumb. Like, it's so dumb, bro. I really have to make sure I got a clear mind.
I thought that happened to everybody though.
For real.
But you know what? I'm going to say this to you. God still understands. You know what I mean?
For sure.
He still understands. And Mike had to tell me that. Because I told him I have a problem with coming to church because I got wandering eyes. And it's distracting. And I can't help it. Especially at Stonewell. There's some nice looking female peoples up in there. And they have on nice looking outfits. And they do a lot of jumping up and down, praising the Lord. And the Faginator can't help itself sometimes. And I be distracted. So I know what you're going through. I'm there for the good word and the spiritual uplifting, but I be all in the gutter with it.
Especially summertime, boy.
And you ain't got no business with no dress on, falling down on the floor on your back.
What you be thinking about?
I ain't thinking about nothing. I just seen everything. Cause the only thing I'm doing, I'm looking. I walk in any room. It don't have to be a church. It can be a restaurant, a barbershop, a bathroom. Everywhere I walk in, I observe every facet of the room. That's what I do. So I feel you, my brother.
Yes, well.
God know our intentions, though. He know what we there for. He working on us. He trying to prepare us, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that just, I don't know about y'all. That's how I be. That's another reason why I don't go to church. I can't cut it off. I be up in there for the wrong reason. I leave there thinking about. I ain't thinking about what Pastor Dumas just said. Think about how I'm getting his inbox.
I can't cut it off.
Shout out to Pastor Dumas, man. I love you, brother.
Shout out Dumas, man.
If your kids don't play sports, would you disown them?
Nah.
No.
It's too much money out here.
No.
They gonna be
They
alright.
might got other careers in their life. They might go to trap.
I ain't finna try to live my life that I wanted through my child.
I so happen to have kids that my boy
I'm
like
guilty of
football. So, you know,
I'm guilty of that.
I just tried to.
I done seen it. Like,
I'm guilty of that.
Yeah,
I tried to live my life through Ty. You know, he getting to do everything I want to do. I want to go to college.
Mm-hmm.
I want to play for the Georgia Bulldogs. You know what I'm saying? I want to be on TV. You know, I want the opportunity for a shot at the NBA. You know what I'm saying? I'm guilty of that. I don't, you know what I mean? I don't know how to feel about that, but I'm guilty of it.
It was never no pressure on me. Like, my dad ain't make me do nothing. He didn't make me be good.
Oh, yeah, I didn't make him.
He didn't make me.
He wanted to play.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
he wanted to go out there and get that.
Like, what you saying, I done seen it work. Like, I done had teammates where they parents, they be going crazy. You know, just going crazy on them and then talk about what they used to do. I'm like, bro, I don't even care. You feel me? Like, my dad ain't play basketball. Yeah. So I don't care about you playing basketball, bro. I'm finna hoop. Like, you mad at your son. Yeah. You feel me? Like, ain't got nothing to do with me. Yeah. Like, it was never no pressure. Like, I was good at stuff because I wanted to be good. And I used to be bored. And I was always outside. You feel me? That's how I got good at anything that I did. Or just, you want to come to the playground that day and be like, yeah, y'all seen me. You feel me? Like, it was never no pressure on me. My dad never put pressure on me. If I told him I want to quit, he gonna, okay. You feel me? He still supported me. Like, he supported me through no matter what. Like,
yeah, like, my dad never put pressure on me, but, man, I wanted to be exactly like my dad. He was my hero. You know what I'm saying? He like the biggest person in the world, like the tallest man I ever seen. You know what I'm saying? Like, still to this day, I wish I could be just like him. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I found my own way, you know what I'm saying, to separate the difference between me and him. But we are off a lot alike. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of my charisma, he have it. You know what I'm saying? And I just want to be just like him. And, like, he the best basketball player I ever damn seen. That's why I want to play. I want to be as good as he was. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why this show is special to me. Like, man, I just love my dad. Like, don't get me wrong, I love my mama, man. Come on. You know what I'm saying? But, man, I can't be no female version of her. I can only be a male version of my dad. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, I ain't never asked. Like, if I asked him a million questions, he probably didn't have an answer to only 100 of them. Every question I asked him, he had an answer for. Damn, just about all of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to be like that with my kids, and they ask me questions. I don't want to say, I don't know. Yeah. But I will say this. When he didn't know, he said, go read, boy. Read about it. You want to know something, go read. Did I go read, E? No. But the fact he told me to go read, let me know, you know what I'm saying? He wanted me to find my own little level of independence. He ain't going to be able to tell me everything. Yep. You see what I'm saying?
See, that's why I say, I don't even know if foot played in the sports or not. But I just watched Willie growing up, so all my family members in that household.
He probably played sports, just not the kind that you play in school.
Yeah, see, that's why I don't know. I don't know what he did. I never seen a picture or a trophy with his name on it. Yeah, see.
Like them good.
I got mine off for. I love the football through
Willie. Like them good. That was his sport.
That was war when. Yeah, football and foot.
If you could trade your kids, if you could trade your kids for some more kids, would you do it?
No.
Nah.
Nope.
Why would somebody want to do that?
Do that anyway.
Hold on a second. I love my kids. I love them. But the young lady who can dribble real good, juggle, spell every word in the dictionary, remember all the anatomy of the body. You know the girl I'm talking about? The one that was on all the talk shows.
That little 6, 7 year
girl,
old,
she used to have a little plaques in her head. She was on everybody's show.
I seen on Steve Harvey. Yeah, I seen on Steve Harvey. That little girl know the
brilliant.
Whole book.
She probably gonna graduate from high school at the age of 14 or 13.
Yeah.
That's
she
how smart she is.
Though. Yeah, she's smart.
She can dribble the ball with both her hands equally as good as Steph Curry right now. All while juggling. She doing all this while spelling long words in a spelling bee.
Good gracious.
Who her mama and dad?
Exactly. So if her mama and dad was in negotiation with me for my kids, I would consider it.
For what though?
Because my kids ain't that determined. That's a very determined young lady. And I want my kids to be that determined. Okay? And if her parents was trying to negotiate for trade, she could have one of mine. They could have one of mine. You just pick it. Ocean on 7. Give me the little girl. And it's up. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. That's why I'm saying, like, who would want to trade their kids? I mean, y'all give me the scenario. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? I mean, talking about a little kid now building a rocket ship at the age of 11. I might trade it out for him.
That same child will be like dumb. You know what I'm saying? Child that smart gonna come cut your ass
That
up.
was a joke, though.
What did the baby get? What did that little smart brilliant girl get angry at you with? Like, she already smarter than you.
She know more than you. Man. How with anger to hit
This
you
ain't really my daddy, man. I'm just poison him.
in the right position.
I just hope he or she gets intelligent enough to show me how to clone myself.
Yeah.
Cause I could use another Fakinator right now. To do some of the things that I be wanting to go to sleep.
Yeah, I catch your
I be wanting to go to sleep, but I be having stuff to do, so I had to stay up and do it. I get my clone to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
You know what you call it? Say he gonna go to the sperm bank.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm really built to be a husband, but I kind of believe in polygamous relationship, and maybe I could clone myself to be a husband.
I want to do that too, though.
Women would like me to be. I'm built to be a husband, man.
I got like 3
That's
more
what I'm
years.
supposed to
I
be,
try that
you know what I'm
polygamous
saying?
stuff. I just need more money.
It's just, I don't want to be in prison of my marriage.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to be in prison. I still want to be able to have a good time, enjoy myself, and be exactly who I am. That's all. It's not a matter of I don't want to be with just one woman. I do want to be with just one woman. You know what I'm saying? But that's just it. I want one woman that I can say is my one woman.
Mm-hmm.
Don't mean don't mean I'm just all of a sudden my flirtatious demeanor gonna change. I'm always gonna be flirtatious. I'm not a flirtatious person. It's like I'm dog chasing cats all day.
Mm-hmm.
It's just my demeanor. I'm flirty. I flirt with women. Women specifically, not girls. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just what I do. Look how old you is, look how big you is, care what color you is. I'm gonna flirt with you. I ain't gonna chase you down later. I ain't gonna try you up real hard. I'm just gonna my demeanor flirty. And that's gonna create tons of arguments if you don't, you know what I'm saying? Plus my wife, once we get married, we married, y'all. There ain't no divorcing.
Mm-hmm.
You wanna get away from me, you gonna have stick me in the dirt. You know what I'm saying? We in this thing for the long haul. Ain't no divorcing. So this the rap, man. Y'all, anything y'all want to tell young cats out there, man?
Take care of them kids.
Take care of your kid. Noah Walker, keep doing what you're doing, boy.
Take care of them kids.
Cartoon, what you said about them dads who ain't did nothing all year?
Oh yeah. You don't get on Facebook getting all mad when Christmas come. I don't want to see war story, man. I want to see jolly spirit and on hand outfits.
Do y'all want to start a Daddy Cares Foundation? You know what I'm saying? We try to look out and be like some father figures for some kids who ain't got none. Not you, Trey.
Why not, Trey?
Think you, cause he done,
I got a team.
Yeah, he got a team.
I feel like what?
Me too.
Yeah, that's so nice, though.
That's just how I feel. And all my baby mamas, I feel like they're pleased with what I
Even
do.
though it is, though.
Contribution doesn't have to be money.
I mean, whatever.
Just go read the young man a book.
Now I could do more.
Never mind, EJ, don't read no book.
Contribution could be sometimes a kid just want somebody to chunk the ball back and forth with.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Or go to the movies with. Things that dad would naturally do for his own kids. Like a lot of kids ain't getting that. You know what I'm saying? To you baby daddies who out there get mad with the baby mama for the other guys who helping out, man, y'all need to relax, man, or help us help these. Like, we need help, man. The baby daddy, the black fathers have done a remarkable job making a comeback for the daddies. Okay? Yep. The fathers. We done a remarkable job, but we still behind. Okay? And we all need to band together and do a better job, because we got to create the future for the future, man. Yeah. That's why I didn't have old guys up here having these conversations, saying old things like the future.
We the future.
You know what I mean? The social media is involved. Video games, music don't change. You know what I'm saying?
Ain't no more lean with a rock. We do it.
When I was growing up, we didn't have no Facebook.
I'm saying like
ain't no nut bush city limit.
We had
I think we still living in the
MySpace.
rocket, though.
Yeah, but not that hard as like the new generation.
That was crazy. The kid grew up with that.
Ain't no more funky
They
chicken.
see all that.
Nah, ain't none of that
The kid,
going on.
3 years old, got Facebook.
Planet
no-
Rock.
right
no,
now.
Ain't no
they
more
go-
mashing none of them potatoes. Okay.
Nah, they go to the club, boy, just stand around.
Hey, I appreciate y'all boys coming on here, man. Y'all
You already
be-
know it.
Shout out to the folk having that party Thanksgiving too, man.
And who is that?
It ain't Pony Quilla hosting it. Y'all
What's it
pull
called?
up, man. It's a Thanksgiving, man.
Man, shout out to Smart Well, Thad Well,
DJ Pooh.
the Meat
The
Cobra.
American Legion.
Diary.
Who that?
Oh boy.
Shout out to that boy Boot Riley.
Who you said?
Who that?
Who you was saying? They didn't get that last part because the mic was on Goofy.
Nah, I said American Legion.
Okay.
It said American Legion.
All right. Anything, Trizzle?
Super the promoter.
Message? That's it.
Take care of them kids, man. At the
ASAP.
end of the day, whether you're young or you're old, take care of them kids. Ain't nobody had to tell you to do that.
It ain't the mama fault. That, you know,
Y'all
that you
did.
mad, bro. Just take care of your kid. Even you mad at the mama, man. Look, man.
I'm telling you.
Beat it. Tell me your kid. Don't
We
care.
need help.
I'll tell you.
And it ain't even gotta be money. It can be time.
Be time.
That's the
It's
best
about
part
that,
about
some
having it.
food stamp, man.
It ain't be about money.
Them Brody, and then he'll tell me, I gotta get 3 pies for Thanksgiving. I ain't paid my daddy yet. But I know he probably watching me. And I know he want the money for the pie. So
When
that's
the-
some food
Where's the
stamp.
free meat at? Because I said on the flyer that it was going to be free meat. Where's the free meat at?
DM EJ.
DM Super the promoter about the free meat. And they left 100 sauces at Waffle House. If you want to go pick them up, they said
Tune in.
they said DM Bryson King here.
Hey, man, appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. This is your host. We are signing off, man.
Yes, sir. Oh, y'all be wild.
You guys, man, we up out here, man.
Take care of them kids, man.